Hello, Dr. Robinson. I'm so sorry about the previous recording. Okay, so I'm going to start again. I'm going to answer reflection 2 based on my experiences as an administrator versus answering those questions or doing that reflection based on my current work in higher education. So, the 5 elements that were discussed in the article: building bridges of trust with families, benevolence, honesty, openness, reliability, and competency. So for benevolence, which talks about being authentic or providing an authentic sense of care and concern for others, I do believe that I did provide that in my administrative role. Um, I tried to make sure that students were recognized, staff members were recognized. I also tried to make sure that parents were invited and involved in those processes. I reached out to my parent advisory council oftentimes to ask for input on how they felt that the school was being perceived by the community, by parents, so that we could tweak our processes and make it better because truly the students were the center of our concerns there. Honesty meaning commitments, are carried out pretty much that what you say is what you do. And I do believe that that is what I did. I tried to do that most of the time. In hindsight or, reflecting on that role, it was not always easy to be honest or to commit to doing something, particularly if you promise someone that you were going to do something before understanding or knowing the full process. The district that I was in was a turnaround district, and so there was a new superintendent, there were new principals. It was a tier 1 district, high poverty in that area. And a lot of processes and procedures had just been like fallen by the wayside and had to be rebuilt. And then during the onboarding process of me and some other principals, we really didn't get all that we were supposed to get as far as those things. We had a new board come on. It was just a lot of new stuff. And so some of it was like building an airplane in the sky. And so if I promised someone something, I said I was going to do it, I really tried to do it. And I stuck to that. Openness. For this particular element, I would definitely give myself probably 5 stars is openness, which pretty much means sharing information. I really did try to be very, proactive in sharing information, especially policies or guidelines or things that I knew were going to come down and really affect parents, their work situation, or, if work days were going to change, if school hours was going to change. I try to be very open about that. I try to make sure that, they understood where my stance was, the staff stance, where the district was trying to go with it, and really try to make sure that if they had questions about something that was a new initiative or something that was new being done, that I gave them, to the best of my ability, an explanation or rhyme or reason for it. So I think that I was very, very open with them about certain things that were going on in the school or with their child. Reliability, when people come through as expected, like if you expect the principal to be at a PTA meeting or if you expect the principal to be at a Saturday event, yes, I did that. I was there. There was just no question about that. I took my role very seriously, and I felt like, I was doing what I was supposed to do because that's what I would have wanted someone to provide me as a parent if my child was a student at that school. Competency. As far as competency, I think that my display of competency, this probably would have been on the lower end of the spectrum. I think that with so many new things going on in this district, me living an hour away from the district and the community, I think my level of competency was adequate, but it did not always show because what I thought was logical or legal, because the district was revamping a lot of things and a lot of things were new, it did not always come across that way. And so it did appear that I wasn't as competent in my role as I should have been. But again, new role, new everything. And so it was really an adjustment. But, reflecting on that, I think I did okay, but probably could have done better in that area. Thank you.